want to tell you about is accessibility metadata. Consider adding a full set of accessibility metadata to your EPUBs. Adding schema.org accessibility metadata to your ebooks is partly aspirational at this point in time, but it is slowly getting exposed to consumers in various ways. So let me just show you a quick preview of what that looks like. This is from All Lit Up, the literary press group's project, and they have a big section of their site called ebooks for everyone, and it's books that have been remediated for accessibility and in general include accessibility metadata. Here's the listing for the Marathis by Cherie Dimelaine, and if we scroll down we can see some accessibility detail here. So there's some details about what's happening in that book. It's got a table of contents, some short alt descriptions, print equivalent page numbering, language tagging, and there's a little summary here. This all comes out of the accessibility metadata that you've embedded in your ebook. Now let's go back to my other favorite thing, and that is the DAISY knowledge base. So the DAISY knowledge base has a huge page on metadata, including evaluation metadata, or sometimes known as conformance metadata. So if you have a certified workflow or a certified ebook, you would include conformance metadata. It also has a little bit about the ONIX metadata that you put in your book from Code List 196. That travels alongside your ebook, so a little bit out of scope for this series of videos. What I want to focus on is the schema.org metadata because that is the stuff that goes right into your ebook. And there's an overview here. I will caution you that accessibility metadata can get a little bit gnarly. It's not always clear. I have spent a lot of time in accessibility metadata and I'm still not certain I completely understand it. So the accessibility knowledge base is a great place to go. This is, I actually frequently copy this and paste it into my books and then adjust it from my books. So there's usually a couple of sets of metadata in here and you can use them. I also use the APLN quite a bit for up-to-date information about how to use accessibility metadata. This is another really great place to go, particularly this article here called Introduction to Accessibility Metadata for eBooks. This is the exact place to go to understand how to use accessibility metadata. And then finally, in the cheat sheet that I'll send you, this file called Accessibility Code, I have a full set of accessibility metadata that I have on standby all the time and which I copy and paste directly into the OPF files of the books that I'm working on. Now in this case, these two lines here, these three lines, these are reserved for Benetech certified publishers. And if you're not a Benetech certified publisher, you cannot use that information. So please be cautious about that piece. This has this is a list of all the things happening in my ebook. The font sizes are transformable, so we have an accessibility feature, display transformability. There's a reading order, a table of contents. There's no flashing hazards, no sound hazards, no motion simulation hazards. We also have structural navigation, printed page numbers, and this book is fully understandable just by reading the text. If there were a few more images in the books, this could be textual, visual. There aren't enough images in this book for it to be understandable in a visual way, so I'm just going to leave that. I've also got a basic accessibility summary here that can be repurposed. Finally, this piece right here, line 16. This is an important piece of the accessibility puzzle, really critical to get this right. If you've gone to the trouble of including a page list in your book, and I certainly hope that you have, then adjust this line here to include the print ISBN. And this indicates to reading systems that the page list in this book goes alongside this version of the print book. So kind of an important last sort of polish on the accessibility puzzle so that readers can understand which pages, which books this aligns with, that sort of thing. So again, the Daisy Knowledge Base, tremendous resource on this topic. Also use the APLN, and to see things in action, have a look at All Lit Up's accessibility or ebooks for everyone. There's lots of really interesting content in there, and you can see some of the accessibility metadata exposed at the consumer level.